So, welcome back. Here we are. We're in Italy now. Remember I said I won a trip to Italy and it was a free trip, and remember it was a really important part of how this all comes together and why I'm sitting here sharing this with you? Well, listen to this. I'm in Italy with about 20 other people that won this trip. We go to Rome, beautiful countryside, and we stumble across a little wellness center, like a little wellness clinic, not more than maybe 1,500 square feet. Everybody walks in, I walk in, I step in, I see all kinds of like root, tea, herby things going on around, going, okay, this is kind of a weird place, but whatever. We walk in. I am not even in there more than 10 minutes, and I see a lady way in the back. Well, it's not that big, of course, but in the back. She's an older lady, probably in her 80s, tiny little Italian lady. She walks in, and she literally steps in a couple steps, and she goes like this to me, and I look, I go, me? And she's like, yes. She comes out, grabs my hand, and brings me back into her office. This is what she says to me. Have you ever heard of a system called the lymphatic system? I said, I never heard of it. Something with your lymph nodes. She goes, it's a garbage disposal. It's where everything in your body stores. It's a holding tank. I want you to go back. This is what she's telling me. I want you to go back, and I want you to meditate on this, and I want you to pray about this and think about what this means for you. That is all she said. I'm not kidding you guys. That's all she said. I leave. I'm still on my trip. I'm talking to other people about this woman. No one saw this woman, so I truly believe she was an angel sent by God to give me this piece of information because it was so crucial, okay? So, again, I'm not paying attention. I'm like, whatever, information, whatever, blah, blah, blah. We finish out the trip. I'm on the airplane home going into Chicago. I sit on the airplane, and I'm telling you, if you guys have ever had an aha moment, this was mine. I literally said, oh my gosh, are you kidding me? Everything stores there? Well, if everything stores there, yeast has to store there. Oh my gosh. So I get excited. Guess what I do? I research the lymphatic system. I need to know about this system. Never heard of it. Knew something to do with lymph nodes, but that's it. So I start researching it. Now I find out in my research, not only is this the most intricate system ever, it literally is attached to every organ, cell, and tissue your body has. I mean, it's so crucial to our overall health and well-being. But not only do I find out about that, but I find out there's actual ways to clean the system out. And I got really excited. I got really excited because I thought, wow, if I can clean the system out, I can get rid of that residue of that yeast that's gone dormant into my system, and I can eat my pizza and my hot fudge sundaes and live a normal life again. So guess what I do? I do a lot of research on the lymphatic system, and I find out there are people that can do this. So I start to get these processes or this system cleansed. And the way that I know it works is I'm going to eat the food. I'm going to eat the food again and see if the symptoms come up. Well, I did that for about a year, on and off for a year, and unfortunately, nothing worked. I still got the symptoms. Maybe they were a little diminished, but they still were there. I knew the yeast was still there. I would try to just sample little things, and the symptoms would come up. That fogginess. I don't know if you guys know what I'm talking about. There's like a spacey fogginess. It's not like a dizzy feeling or a light. It's kind of like you're just spacey. You're just not fully there. Your focus isn't there. It's hard to even concentrate. As soon as I ate food again, that came up. And I got so depressed again. I'm like, okay, Lord, what does this mean? There's candida here. There's lymphatic issue here. What do I do with these two pieces? There's something that you're not showing me, Lord. Where's the connection here? And I didn't know it. Now, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to take you back when I was 19 years old. God gives me dreams, and he gives me some really vivid dreams. I'm like Daniel. And he gave me a dream when I was 19 years old that I was going to start and open up a really cool, awesome wellness retreat that I haven't found to this day. And I put a business plan together, and I tried to open up the doors to get the funding, and nothing worked because it wasn't God's timing. It was his will, but it wasn't his timing. See, he can give you something and show you something in dreams and visions and even speak to you audibly, but if it's not the timing, it will not happen. So don't try to make it happen. So I learned that the hard way, but I learned that. So anyway, I'm going to fast forward you now to 2006, okay? In 2006, remember I said 2006 all this started happening. I'm sitting down with my husband at lunch. I got married since then, of course. I had a child in 2004 and all this. I mean, I'm fast forwarding you again. And we were sitting at lunch, And now remember, God's timing. I go to my husband, I think I'm supposed to start the wellness center. But let's just take it in a small piece. I don't want to take this huge issue on it. I can't even imagine what God showed me to come to fruition at that point, because it was just bigger than me and I wasn't able to handle that. But let's take it and let's narrow it down. Let's make it a smaller place. And so my husband said, well, let me see what I can do. He mentioned it to a friend of his. And the next day, I got the funding. I got a $50,000 check in my hands. Talk about God's timing, right? So guess what happens? We decide that we're going to go ahead and we're going to open up a center. Now I'm praying about a name. God gives me the name 3 times. We call it Spectacular Health. In Spectacular Health, we did several different modalities. We had wraps, we did something called toning tables, we had foot detox, we had acupuncture, colon therapy. It was like an all-inclusive wellness program. It's called a Weight Loss and Wellness Center. And I do nutrition and kind of help people get where they needed to go in their weight loss goals and wellness goals. And so anyway, here I am, I'm open, got all these people starting to come, and I see a lady, and I take a wrap off her, she's on my table, and this is maybe 6 weeks after I'm open. And I notice that she has something called edema. Well, edema is swelling, and it's from the lymphatic system being blocked up. There's nothing you can flow through. And I said, you know what, let me just try something. I actually started doing a little manipulation on her. Now, guys, listen to this. This is the honest truth. I have never done body work. I've never taken massage work. I've never studied it at all. But here I am. I see she has a need, and I understand the lymphatic system, and I'm going to go ahead and do some work on her. Don't know what the heck I'm doing. I'm being honest with you. Half hour later, she gets up and leaves. The next morning, I get a phone call, 8 o'clock in the morning, and it's her. Hi, this is so-and-so. Do you remember me? And I said, yes, I do. She goes, what did you do to me yesterday? Now, I'm freaking out. I'm like, I don't know. What did I do? She goes, well, whatever you did, the swelling's gone. Not only that, I've gone to doctor after doctor after doctor. No one can help me. Do you think that you could do the same thing on my twin sister? She has the same problems. I'm going to come back and explain to you what happened.